Let's get right into it. Number 10. The nervous system, the overreactive wiring. Imagine your house wiring being so sensitive that flipping a light switch too fast might cause a full-blown emotional meltdown. That's your nervous system, a web of twitchy electrical spaghetti that controls literally everything you feel, think, or accidentally overthink at 3 a.m. At its core, it's just billions of nerve cells yelling electricity at each other, but somehow it manages to create emotions, thoughts, and the urge to check your phone for notifications that don't exist. When something touches your skin, it sends a message to your brain like, "Hey, boss, I think we've been poked," and your brain fires back, "Initiate flinch sequence." The problem is, this system is way too dramatic. A spider brushing your arm? Boom, fight or flight. Someone texts, "We need to talk?" Adrenaline dump. You stub your toe? Your nerves send pain levels equivalent to losing a limb in medieval combat. It's like your body's wiring can't tell the difference between mild inconvenience and mortal peril. And when you panic, your body floods itself with cortisol, the stress hormone that turns you into a shaky, sweaty potato. Your nervous system means well, but it's like an outdated operating system running 21st century anxiety apps. It evolved to help you outrun lions, not send emails or survive awkward small talk. Basically, your brain is a paranoid manager, your nerves are overworked interns, and your body is just trying to get through the day without being electrocuted by its own emotions. Number 9. The circulatory system, the overachieving delivery guy. If your body were a city, your circulatory system would be that one delivery guy who refuses to quit. Rain, heat, emotional breakdowns, doesn't matter. Your heart pumps about 100,000 times a day, shipping oxygen and nutrients like some caffeinated Amazon warehouse worker who's never allowed a day off. Blood zooms through over 60,000 miles of vessels. 60,000. That's enough to wrap around the earth twice, all just to make sure your toes don't die of neglect. It's a logistical miracle and also kind of terrifying. But here's where it gets glitchy. Your heart doesn't actually think. It just follows orders. So when your brain panics, your heart's like, "Oh no, we're dying? Better go turbo mode." And suddenly you're sitting on your couch, heart pounding, doing absolutely nothing but existing. Also, blood pressure is like your body's mood swings in fluid form. Too low and you faint like a Victorian ghost. Too high and your arteries throw a silent tantrum. And if your blood vessels get blocked, your system reroutes traffic, because apparently your body runs better than most GPS apps. The irony? The heart, this unrelenting meat engine of devotion, will still quit the moment you actually need it not to. It's loyal, powerful, and deeply unreliable. Basically, the world's most determined employee with the world's worst retirement plan. Number 8. The digestive system, the chaotic recycling plant. Your digestive system is a high-maintenance chemistry lab that turns tacos into fuel, mood swings, and regret. From the second you take a bite, your body becomes a Rube Goldberg machine of acid, enzymes, and burps. The mouth kicks things off by slathering everything in spit like some overeager intern. Then the stomach steps in, mixing food with acid strong enough to dissolve razor blades, yet somehow still can't handle milk. Meanwhile, the small intestine absorbs nutrients with the enthusiasm of a college student grabbing free pizza. The large intestine? That's just waste management, pretending it's doing something noble. "We're recycling water," it says, while preparing to eject the leftovers of your bad decisions. And don't even get started on the gut-brain connection. Your intestines have more nerve cells than some animals' brains. That's why stress can literally make you feel sick. Your gut throws emotional protests when your brain's being dumb. It's the original passive-aggressive coworker. "Oh, you're anxious again? Let's ruin your appetite and give you stomach cramps." Essentially, your digestive system is a chaotic little factory that keeps running no matter what you throw in: chips, sadness, or expired yogurt. But if you so much as skip breakfast, it files a complaint immediately. Number 7. The respiratory system, the forgetful life support. Breathing. The one job you can't forget, until you remember it and suddenly you're doing it weird on purpose. Your respiratory system is basically your body's built-in air pump. The lungs suck in oxygen, dump out carbon dioxide, and somehow manage to keep this cycle going even while you're asleep, talking, or stressing over imaginary problems. It's automatic, until your brain gets self-aware and you're like, wait, am I breathing right now? Congratulations, you're now manually keeping yourself alive. Inside, your lungs are lined with tiny sacs called alveoli, millions of microscopic balloons that inflate and deflate like panicked party decorations. But pollution, stress, or a single flight of stairs can turn this graceful system into a wheezing accordion. And the irony? You don't notice good breathing. You only notice when it fails. Run a little too fast? Your lungs protest. Hold your breath underwater? They threaten mutiny. Laugh too hard? Instant coughing fit. Basically, your respiratory system is like Wi-Fi, invisible, essential, and only appreciated when it stops working. Number 6. The immune system, the paranoid security force. If your body were a company, the immune system would be the overzealous security team that tackles anyone who might look suspicious, including you. Its job is to keep out invaders, but sometimes it just overdoes it. This is the system that once saw a speck of dust, screamed, biological threat detected, and unleashed a sneeze so violent it temporarily rebooted your soul. When germs actually do invade, though, it's amazing. Cells swarm in like microscopic soldiers, antibodies get forged like magical weapons, and your body runs a fever to literally cook the enemy alive. But the immune system doesn't always know when to chill. Sometimes, it confuses pollen for a bioweapon or decides peanuts are mortal enemies. Allergies, autoimmune diseases, all basically the immune system punching the wrong guy. It's like if your house alarm went off every time someone knocked politely on the door. And when you get sick, the symptoms aren't the virus, they're the immune system freaking out. Fevers, sore throats, exhaustion, all side effects of your body waging war on something smaller than a pixel. You're basically collateral damage in your own defense campaign. So yeah, it keeps you alive, but it's also the reason you can't enjoy springtime without antihistamines. Your immune system is that friend who loves you so much, they'd burn your house down to save you from a spider. Number 5. The skeletal system, the grumpy framework. Your skeleton is the quiet introvert of the body. It never says much, but without it, you'd just be a sentient puddle. Bones are your built-in scaffolding, holding everything together while tolerating your bad posture, your sedentary habits, and your insistence on sitting like a shrimp at your desk. Despite how tough it looks, your skeleton isn't static, it's alive. Cells constantly break down old bone and rebuild new stuff like some ongoing home renovation project that never ends. Unfortunately, that means your bones slowly lose enthusiasm over time. By your 30s, the builders go on strike, and suddenly gravity becomes a more powerful enemy than time itself. Oh, and fun fact, your bones literally store emotions. Okay, not scientifically, but anyone who's ever stubbed a toe or cracked a shin bone knows pain at a spiritual level. The sound of something hitting bone bypasses logic and goes straight to the existential suffering center of your brain. And those calcium commercials from childhood? Lies of omission. Calcium helps, sure, but your bones also depend on hormones, sunlight, and your willingness to move. Otherwise, your skeleton quietly erodes while judging you for skipping leg day for the 97th time. Basically, your skeletal system is the overworked landlord of your body, underappreciated, underpaid, and constantly holding up a structure that insists on throwing itself downstairs. Number 4. The muscular system, the drama queens of movement. Your muscles are like the theater kids of the body, dramatic, high maintenance, and constantly showing off. Over 600 of them pull, stretch, and contract in perfect coordination just to let you do something impressive, like blink or scroll your phone for 6 hours straight. Each muscle fiber is a microscopic powerhouse that burns energy to create motion, but they're also big babies. Miss a warm-up? They punish you with soreness. Forget hydration? Cramp City. And don't even think about exercising again after skipping a few weeks. They'll act like you've committed a war crime. There are 3 main types of muscles. Skeletal, you control them. Smooth, they run on autopilot. And cardiac, your heart, the ultimate endurance athlete. But while your heart's out there beating 100,000 times a day like an absolute pro, your leg muscles are crying after one flight of stairs. And that muscle memory you hear about? It's not memory, it's just your brain getting better at bossing your muscles around. Still, it's why you can ride a bike after years of neglect or dance badly in the exact same way you did in 2012. In short, muscles are equal parts hero and diva. They lift cars in emergencies, they tear themselves apart to grow stronger, and then they demand protein shakes and naps. Number 3. The endocrine system, the chaotic hormone network. The endocrine system is your body's internal gossip network, a collection of glands that communicate exclusively through chemical drama. Instead of texts or emails, it sends hormones, tiny molecular messages that tell your body how to grow, eat, panic, and occasionally ruin your mood for no reason. Your brain starts the chaos with the hypothalamus, basically the manager who keeps shouting, "More hormones," at everyone else. The pituitary gland follows orders like an overworked assistant, sending signals to the thyroid, your metabolism thermostat, the adrenals, your stress factories, and the gonads, your teenage rebellion centers. When this system works smoothly, you feel balanced and in control. When it doesn't, you become a walking mood swing. One hormonal blip, and suddenly you're crying because a sandwich didn't feel right. That's not weakness, that's chemistry with commitment issues. The real fun begins when hormones conflict. Cortisol wants you to stay alert. Melatonin wants you to sleep. Insulin's trying to manage sugar levels. Testosterone and estrogen are arm wrestling for dominance. It's like your body's running 15 incompatible software updates at once, and no one can agree whose turn it is to reboot. So next time your emotions feel like a telenovela marathon, just remember, it's not you. It's your endocrine system acting out a hormonal group chat that no one can mute. Number 2. The integumentary system, the flaky outer shell. Your skin is the ultimate multi-tool, armor, thermometer, warning light, and social display screen all in one. It's your body's largest organ, about 20 square feet of self-repairing meat wallpaper that keeps the inside stuff from leaking out. And yet, for something so impressive, it's also kind of gross. You shed about 30,000 to 40,000 skin cells every minute. That dust on your bookshelf? Yeah. That's you. Congratulations, you're everywhere. Your skin protects you from bacteria, sunlight, and questionable life choices, but it's also wildly dramatic. A little heat? Sweat? A little cold? Goosebumps? Slight embarrassment? Full crimson alert. It's the most emotionally transparent organ you have, a living mood ring that tattles on your feelings. Meanwhile, your hair and nails are technically part of the same system, but they're more like dead accessories your body keeps growing for aesthetic reasons. Hair protects you from the sun, traps heat, and, for some reason, insists on sprouting in the weirdest places after age 30. And acne? That's just your skin's way of saying, hey, remember puberty? Let's relive that. Despite all its flaws, though, your skin is your first line of defense, constantly regenerating, waterproofing, and broadcasting your stress to anyone with eyes. Basically, it's the protective phone case of your body, but one that occasionally leaks oil and demands expensive moisturizers. Number 1. The reproductive system, the overly complicated backup plan. Ah yes, the reproductive system, biology's most ambitious side quest. It's the reason you exist, but also the reason everyone spends decades trying not to create more of you. At a glance, it looks like nature's greatest engineering project. Millions of synchronized cells, monthly cycles, and microscopic swimmers all working toward the miracle of life. But up close, it's chaos. Hormones surge, organs cramp, and the entire process depends on timing so precise it might as well be witchcraft. For males, it's a constant production line of cells with one mission, sprint. For females, it's a complex monthly ritual involving hormone orchestras, emotional turbulence, and the occasional stabbing pain just for dramatic flair. It's miraculous, yes, but also absurdly inefficient. Roughly 99% of all reproductive efforts fail before they even start. Evolution's motto apparently was, just make a billion and hope one works. And let's not forget how many systems this one hijacks. The endocrine system? Flooded with hormones. The nervous system? Wired for sensitivity. The emotional system? A roller coaster built by someone who hates stability. It's beautiful, it's chaotic, and it's why your species still exists, even though the entire thing functions like it was designed on a Friday afternoon before a long weekend. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.